So that was the Yaxen Cuppen, a sort of training race that they have every week in July, every Saturday week in July. Not an official race. Yeah, we just use it for training and it's mostly for fun. But of course you treat it like a race. But first things first is fun and safety. And you get, I think, some riders are at continental level in Denmark. So there's a couple teams that are there that are continental, and there are some teams that, like back home, sort of not quite continental, but still race with those Conti teams. And it was just a really good day out, and of course, it's just like the whole ride. It is the whole ride of Denmark.
Det bliver fedt. Det kunne jo også være, at du skulle have nogle marken og games. Det var for en spil til din farm og sidde med ærgerhjelmen.
Fantommark.
Jeg har ikke fantommark.
Nej, du kan låne min no-pin til dig. Jeg kan også være klar til at komme med den. Nå, vi starter nu.
Hello everyone, welcome to yet another video. Today is race day. Well, not race day, but more training ride race day. It's technically not a race, but it's sort of ridden like one, because it's not a race because we don't have numbers, there's no officials, there's no prize money, there's no official anything. It's not to do with nothing official, but it is treated like and raced like an actual race. And it's on the same level as the Hell Ride. This is the Hell Ride of Denmark. Hell Ride of Denmark. It's got a nice ring to it, I reckon. Nice bloody ring to it. And anyone can join on this ride, hence I was here. I think I was the only Australian, I'm pretty sure. But most people here are pretty strong and pretty elite. There's a team that's sort of in orange and blue. There's like 5 of them. They're one of the club teams here. Club teams are sort of the team that race with the Continentals, but it's just that step below. And they train and they ride just as hard and even with the same amount of intensity as the pros do, except they don't have that license on them. That's what they told me. So there's a club level, and then there's the Continental Pro Conti, then the World Tour. People I'm riding with are mostly club level. They're just as good as the Continental riders because they race with them and they train with them. They just don't have that license, and it's very expensive to have that license. They're telling me they have the same schedule of racing, and they race against each other all the time. Similar to what our NRS level is. So this is sort of got the same sort of level of riders. The people on the front are the NRS dudes, and people who can race NRS caliber. So it's exactly the same as Hell Ride. And we're doing a circuit of, that's I think 5 or 6 k's in length, and do that circuit about 8 times. Make that, it's all right-handed turns, and it's all very quick and all very fast. The good thing about living in Denmark right now is that we don't have to travel very far to get onto empty roads, empty farmland roads. We're at like 12 k's from Aarhus, the second largest city, and we're in farmlands. You know, the whole ride isn't like this. They don't race through farmlands. It's great because there's so little traffic. The farmers don't really mind that we're there. You know, I mean, they know we're there, and they don't mind that we ride there It's all great because we're all far from traffic and it's all just us. And the greatest thing about being on this ride, is that it's just so hard. I mean, I'm a little bit under-geared. I mean, I've got a 5012 on and on a CX bike. But, you know, I'm still having fun, and that's what this is all about, having some good training rides and so having good fun. I mean, I see this jump here, and I want to get to it, you know. I'm going to suffer, but I want to get to it. And so I just get into the gap that was already there, and I tried to bridge, and I'm pedaling as far, I'm in the biggest gear I've got, and I'm just about spinning out. This section's the headwind section, so I'm able to sort of stay on top of the gear. Not that hard to do. Stay at a reasonable cadence, but this section's not too bad. I sort of needed one other person to help me bridge up to these two groups. And the selection's being formed right now. The selection is being formed, and I'm trying to get to it. But right now I'm in no man's land, trying to get up to that big group of guys. This group of four, and there's another group of four. I'm trying to get to them so I can, you know, show how good I am. Show us how us Australians ride. I mean, we're pretty quick because we have to ride with the traffic. These guys are quick because of the wind. Good. Which is going to be better in the long run. What do you reckon? So we're trying to get to the gap. I'm stuck in no man's land. I'm in the biggest gear I've got, and I can't go anymore. I mean, it's spinners are winners. Feels like I'm on a track bike again. Feels like I'm back on the track as a junior. Spinning to win is the motto. You know, you gotta good because it's good. It's good because I get to start, you know, improving my cadence because it is pretty sloppy some of the times. It's pretty sloppy, and I see that they've gone off. So I'm gonna recede back into the group again and hope that we catch them again, and hope that this group here rolls turns. And we did roll some pretty good turns. And the good thing about the bunches splitting up is that you can find the bunch that is your ability, and you can train together and roll turns together, and that way we all benefit. That's the one thing that's very different to this in the Hull Ride, is that with Hull Ride, you know, get the dudes at the front just banging watts, and only a couple of wheels back are the guys who can just sit in all day. With this ride, you know, it's great because the dudes who can bang off the front are already gone, you know. Crosswinds, they just sort the boys from the men. And with this group, we can roll turns really well because we're all about the same ability. I mean, I'm spinning. This section here is just the hardest because the crosstail is the fastest section, and that's where, you know, having a 54, 53 can really reap the gains. And it's mostly flat too, so it's you definitely do need. If you can roll the big gears, then you're going to be having a lot of fun here. But that's alright. As I said before, leg speed is the way I'm going right now. Rolling turns is probably the most universal way to communicate in cycling, especially racing cycling. You know, if you can roll turns, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you're from, you can always find a bunch to ride with and to train with. If you can roll turns, then that's more important than learning English. You know, you can roll turns, you can go anywhere. That's what I love about it. Roll turns, you can go to here, you can travel the world as long as you can roll a turn. It's harder than it looks too. It's harder than it looks. So I think we're halfway through the race right now. We're just having lots of fun. That's one of the good things about this ride, is that we're all just having fun. There's very little traffic, so we're pretty good on that end. Although traffic in the city wise, I mean, it gets crazy sometimes. A lot of bikes, a lot of cars. You know, people trying to move around. I was talking to one of the Continental riders after the race. I mean, he was saying that there's a lot of aggression on the Danish roads compared to Spain, Italy, and I'm thinking that this is heaven because I was telling him that we're in Australia. You know, the aggression is a lot more than it is here, and it's a lot different, a lot more traffic. in Melbourne, especially and in the Australian cities. A lot more traffic. And I was saying, we haven't been really close past yet. If your fingers have been unshaved, literally, I mean, if the hairs are still in your fingers, then you're doing alright. I'm telling him, it's just fine. We haven't been called lycra yet, so we're good. This is really good. I'm saying this is like heaven to me. Heaven. It's heaven. We're just rolling some more turns. I mean, the guy riding right next to right now is Niels. He was in Melbourne during our summer months. He was in Melbourne for study as well, and now I'm in Denmark for study, which we'll get to soon. I will promise you the videos will completely change as soon as I start my course. I've booked accidentally and not accidentally. I mean, I got housing offer 2 weeks in advance to my course starts, so that's why I'm here 2 weeks early. And I figured, why not make a bit of a cycling holiday into it as well, and make it into a training camp, because the racing, as soon as I get back, is the tour of the southwest, and as you might know, Warrnambool was kind of windy. I mean, when I mean kind of windy, I mean pretty windy. 40-mile-an-hour winds, especially in August as well, because it's got to be in August, and we all know August is already pretty windy itself. Imagine being in Warrnambool, one of the windiest places in the world, or not in the world, maybe in Victoria, and then it being August. So it's gonna be crazy fun. This is very good training for it. I don't think I ever had my heart in my mouth for so long before on a training ride that it didn't involve, going up one of the biggest mountains we have. And we're getting quite close to 3 laps to go, I'm pretty sure. I wasn't sure how many laps. I lost count at lap number 2. So I was sort of clucking about like a hen. And riding without a power meter and training and without a power meter, I definitely feel like just a hen clucking about, running around, no aim, just aimlessly wandering, like going through a shopping centre. You're going through a shopping centre and just going for a look around. That's what it feels like without having a power meter on. I don't know what I'm doing. Do I want to go into this shop here and have a look at some clothes, which is the same as thinking about, well, I've got to go into zone 3. That could be about 300 watts. What am I doing? This feels like I could last for like an hour and a half, but I don't know, because the numbers, I'm just going by feel. Or do I want to have some Subway right now? Or do I want to have a lunch? So that's like going into zone 4. It's like, do I want to, I mean, it feels like 350 watts, but I don't know. It could be 200. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty sore. It could be only 100 watts. I feel like just walking around aimlessly going through, a shopping centre. No watts. I don't have that on. Heart rate monitor's not working. That doesn't bother me. I don't really like looking at it during a race anyway. It's good after, when you can see if you've gotten any heart PBs, see how you're feeling. But this is the last lap now. This is the last lap, and it's not really a race, but it's a race. I'm in the perfect position. I'm in prime position. I've gotten myself on Niels. I had a feeling that he was going to be the sprinter for the Aarhus Cycling Club. They're the ones with the blue and the black. Yeah, that's that kit. And then there was one guy in the orange and the blue. That's the club level team, the high club level team. And I think the guy behind me is right behind me. I'm pretty sure. And I know that there's a guy in pink. He's wearing a pink jersey. He's right behind me as well. So I'm in a pretty good position because I want to be in Niels' wheel. Fourth wheel is pretty good, and it's uphill, slightly uphill, and it's a headwind. So you've got to leave this as late as possible. I want to be like maybe 2 more wheels back, but it's alright. It's okay. We can make do with this. We can maybe lead out the sprint. I'm not sure. I don't want to lead out the sprint. I want to win the sprint. This is the second group still. He goes. There's that jump. I'm ready. I was ready for that jump. I was right there. I was in the perfect gear. It being the biggest gear I have, but the perfect gear. I followed his wheel. I should have waited a little bit longer. Think about it now, but at the right time, instinct. instinct kicked in. I thought, I've got this. Yes, I'm going to punch it right through. I can get there. I can get third. And then, oh crap. Yeah. If you think you're too good, if you think you're going to be good, then get. Because there's always someone stronger than you. And there was today. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people stronger than me in the end. Yeah. But it was a good training ride. This is a good training ride. It was super fun, super enjoyable. And at the end of it, there was that, all the media cars were there, the police cars were finding riders left and right. It was nuts. It went from being the best to just the worst in seconds. There was the Channel 9 was there. He was interviewing riders. The farmers sort of got up in arms. They were just going, hang the riders. And the police were booking people for breaking the speed limit, because it's only 60 k's, it's only 40 k's only in some places, and then they were fining for not giving way. That didn't happen. That was just that was funny for me to do that. There wasn't anything. No, there was no media. There was no police. No one really cared that we were there. There was like 6 cars going the opposite direction. We didn't get past at all by any cars. So, we were doing 50 kilometers an hour, 60 kilometers an hour on the tailwind sections. So, they wouldn't have been able to pass us at all. But yeah, have a ride of Denmark. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace. See you tomorrow.